So,
Playing from Thurman's A54.
I gotta get this thing disconnected from the echo there. But the matter of the fact is that when you're trying to build a community, there's always a founding father or a founding individual, we'll say. And if they don't stay, and if they don't continue to invite others in, the community will never form. And so I had located myself in this place, and as it seemed the community was adrift, or has never really decided to settle with me, it seemed like I almost up and abandoned the community. And that's not being very accountable. And for that, I apologize. I'd like to tell you that I spent this whole time, as I've been inconsistent over the last several weeks about posting, that I've been out there searching, doing things to totally strengthen the community. Don't get me wrong, there's some ideas, some notions that I'm still not doing enough to put into action. And so that's what I want to speak about today, is that in order for this community to grow, I'm going to have to take more action, but I'm going to need you to take action. I need you to turn in faithfully, because like any leader, well, you have to have a following, and if you don't, you get discouraged. And what might even be a good movement never comes to pass. Or if it does, maybe it's years later and someone else leads the movement. And maybe they're a stronger, better individual. Maybe it wasn't the time of the movement. Or maybe we didn't make progress as soon as we could have because we weren't willing to commit ourselves to the movement. So here's what I'm going to do to take action. I'm going to say Thursday, by Thursday. No matter what, you're going to see both Devin, Shay, and I on here. It may not even be in the manner I want it to be done. I know that we can get both on here, and we're going to. And so that's where we're going to start. 2, I want you to know, starting in November, we're going to say from November 6th moving forward, think about what time period that is relation what's going on here in America. We're going to start a new chapter. Part of that new chapter is not only are we talking about moving forward with the progression of getting back to bringing in the more holistic approach and showing actual examples of exercise and such, we're going to be talking about a diet process. We're going to be talking about fasting when it's appropriate. We're going to be talking about what we need to consume as far as hydration. We're going to talk about what we need to consume spiritually. That's very important. What we need to do ourselves to remain emotionally healthy, along with the things that we've already discussed that certainly would help with the physical aspects. We have to realize that sometimes when we're trying to build our support groups, because many a times broken people often find broken people, that sometimes the support group is not as strong as we'd like it to be. That does not always mean they need to be abandoned. Don't get me wrong. We have to know the ones that are pulling us down. But we also have to understand that there's some worth fighting for. And that a sign that they might be right is if we are continuously finding we cherish them, those individuals, and we still find a light when we make contact with them. If they motivate us in some form or fashion. I also wanted us to realize that at the same time, as though they might help us set goals, our support group, and even motivate us. Support groups are still made up of human beings. And even the ones that are closest to us and the ones we love the most sometimes let us down. So we've got to find a way to shore ourselves up when those moments come so we don't fall flat. Because I don't know about you, I never fell flat. I spiraled. And I kept going down until I hit that lowest point. And now I'm moving away from it, and I can see it, and it's a slowly but surely thing, but I'm afraid that at some point in time it can become totally stagnant again. And I've always found that things work better with me, yes, with planning, appropriate technique and such, but also give full dedication. I don't mean go diving head in along without, running out into the forest blind. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is to make sure that we have planned, know what that plan is, follow through with that plan by committing fully to it. Remember, accountability is about full commitment. It is about focus. And I have not been to many of these things to this community. And in turn, not only have I not been accountable to you the way that you deserve, but in turn, I've not been accountable to myself and what I need to do for me. And I know that's still hard for me to say it. Maybe it is for you too. Maybe that's part of your problem. It is on mine, in part of my problem. That I have to accept in order to do things for others the way I want to. There's some things I need to do for me in order to get me back to the place where I can serve in the capacity of which I am capable and desire of serving. So, been a minute, as they'll say. But here we are. We're back. We're accountable. We never actually left. We were trying to do, I guess, in some way, subtly, just slowly and gradually give up. But that's what brought us here in the first place, wasn't it? We can't do that. We got to move forward. And so I'm going to continue to take the actions. I got a plan set where everything should be in place by that point in time that I can hit it full-fledged. In other words, I've been taking steps. I'm going to be at the top of that hill. I've planned out how I'm going to get that route, and I've already started to maneuver myself up the route so that on the 6th, I'm at the top of that hill. That's what we need to do as individuals. Each one of us need to do that as individuals, and we need to do that as a community. So again, we need 50 people. Get the 50 people in our community. That's a start. We need more than that, but we got to start with the 50. When watching the show they have about 51 individuals. That's what it takes for them to survive. In order for this community to survive, for us really to be a support group to each other, in order to open it up where we can communicate in that fashion, we're going to need at least the 51 individuals, okay, or 50 individuals. So let's do that. Let's get the numbers up. Let's do what? We're going to subscribe, right? Turn on those notifications, and then we're going to share. And why is that? Because this is accountability, and that's what we do. We're accountable unto ourselves so we can be accountable unto others. We'll catch you next time.